All right, I'm back. And this time I'm just going to talk about Beatles stuff. And that's, good because it'll be more lighthearted. As much as I love to talk about politics and feel like I need to say what I get intuitively, it's it's stressful. These are stressful times. This thing's bothering the hell out of me. Well, I just want to say that okay, this will be about just Beatles and just life and everything. So this will be more just about Amy. So if you're here, that's I won't be talking politics hardly at all. Okay, so that's good, right? It's good to not do that every single time. So here I am, and okay, I work in a theater. I mean, I should have another job, but I don't. But I work in a theater, and so I started, maybe a couple months ago, probably in the springtime. I began to work a lobby shift, and I do it mostly on Sundays, but sometimes I'll do it. If somebody asks me, I'll do it. So that means that when the show ends, my job isn't done as an usherette. I stay and take care of the lobby, and I open doors and close doors and do all these things, and I'm there for hours, and it gives me time to draw. And the thing is, I've always been an artist. I've always drawn. I've always been a writer. Um, and in fact, when I worked at J.C. Penney catalog, I used to sit there all day, and we each had our cubby, and I would take orders. We'd all be taking orders, and I would draw. I would like draw all the time. So I would say that even though I did take art classes in school, I did take some art in college, but I don't have a degree in art. Um, Really, my art skills are from just drawing a lot, and I do draw a lot. And it's funny because as I took care of my niece and nephew, and then have my kids, everyone came out with really good artistic ability. So technically, I should be an art teacher. I really should be because I taught them well. They're all really good artists. Um, well, anyway, for me, okay, so I work in the lobby, and I thought, oh, I love this cardstock. But all I have are these little number two pencils, which, yeah, I have some at home now. But I began to draw, and who do I love? I love the Beatles, but I also draw my dog. I draw my dog a lot, and my dog who passed away a couple years ago, I draw him a lot. And by the way, it's getting hot. The stupid heat is like you can feel it now. Damn it! But anyway, I love the Beatles, and I just started to draw. And I don't know if it's my autism. I think it is. I think there's an autistic thing going on with it, but I can hyperfixate, and sometimes I hyperfixate on a sketch too much to the point where it gives me almost like psychosis. And I'll have to stop and go, whoa, step back, step away from the drawing. And other times it just makes me happy and I get a satisfaction. But also, I've noticed that with my intuition and connection to, like mediumship is what I would say, that I capture something that's not just in the photo that I'm sketching from. I'm capturing like a mediumship thing where I'm getting part of them, like their spirit. And I find that really fascinating. I don't even know where to begin, but you guys have seen my paintings. I've made lots of paintings. But this one I did yesterday. So this is Paul. And yeah, it's not exact. It's never exact. Let me put this up here. It's not exact to the photo that I'm copying from, that I'm using as an inspiration. And I never copy. I am sketching from a photo that I've seen, and I've done on my own as well. I don't have to use a photo, but I do. This one, but see, it's never quite the same, and that's what I want. I don't want it to be the same as a photo. I want to capture something that's not just in the photo. And in this one, oh, you can't see, can you? I love George. I love George in this one. But I also love how it comes out looking like a new photo of the Beatles, and I think that's why I do it too, because I loving them as much as I do, I want it to look like I captured another picture of the Beatles that never existed, and I got the in between moments of them. Um, and like here's Astrid. I worked really hard on. She was a German photographer. They met in Hamburg, and she was extremely beautiful. I think she was the inspiration for all their girlfriends, including Linda. Like Linda was a photographer that, you know, Paul married, Linda, of course. And I really, and my daughter's texting me. But I feel like Linda was Paul's Astrid, and Yoko was kind of like Paul's Astrid, and John's Astrid, and you know what I mean. She was the inspiration, and she was with John's friend Stuart Sutcliffe, who unfortunately died at a young age. He was an artist. You probably know all the Beatles. I don't have to tell you anything. Here's one of Paul. I don't think it's the greatest, but it captured his essence, don't you think? I wanted to get one with the black background, so it's okay. I like this one better. I think this captures Paul pretty well. I like that one. And then this one is like an impromptu of John and Paul writing a song. This is John and Cynthia. And what I love about this is how she's sort of hovering over him, and her hand is on his wrist, and it's almost like she's wearing a disguise, but he's the one who was always sort of disguised, and he's looking away as if, even though she's there, she's comforting him. She loved him, he loved her, but he had so much more that he had to live in life, and unfortunately they couldn't stay together because he was a wanderer and a searcher and um, a seeker, and she wanted him to stay with her, but he really had all these we would have never heard imagined. There's so many things we wouldn't have heard if John hadn't been allowed to just go and be a free agent in his life. And that's what he was about. He was about freedom. Okay, this is one of George I really love. The glare. I wish I could get the stupid glare off, but I love that. George is kind of hard to sketch because his face has, like, his nose is real particular, and then he has the angles in his face and his eyebrows, and everything has to be just right with him. This is one I did of John. I wanted to do one of him in Hamburg with the George, so side by side. I wanted them to kind of be together because at one point John and George um, were up after Stu died. Astrid took a picture of them in the old art studio in the attic in Hamburg, and this is right after Stu died. So I was doing this one of John, and I was having trouble with it, and I had to go to bed and wake up the next day, and I fiddled with it a little bit more, and I thought to myself, I was like manic, like, I've messed this part up, and I've done this, and I'm going to have to erase and restart all over again. I may have to throw it away. And then when I woke up, I had a break. I woke up and I worked on it a little bit, and then it just came together. And now when I look at it, I see that it's John in a moment in between the picture. So I captured not the picture, but like his real moment. And you could see in his eyes, there's something in his eyes. I don't know. I find that really fascinating. This is one where I really feel like I channeled something. And it's really interesting to me how that works. Paul and Linda. Um, John and Stu and Astrid out on the street in Hamburg. And what I really love is not just that I captured John's face, but that the back of Stu's head. I really feel like that's just so fascinating to me. Um, Cynthia, beautiful Cynthia. She really was extremely beautiful. She had sort of like Alaskan features, don't you think? But with blonde hair. She was really pretty. Paul in Hamburg. This one, iconic John. I remember I did this one on a Wednesday. Stu and Astrid. And then Stu, and it's funny because I don't think I realized it till I did this, that Stu kind of looked like Andy Warhol. And maybe that's why John always kind of liked Andy Warhol. Let me see. Let's see if anybody's here now. An older Paul, which I love because Paul's so beautiful. And no, I have not listened to his new album yet. I've been waiting for the moment to listen to it when I'm not like stressed out about life. I just want to have like a moment where I sit. Maybe I just need like a glass of wine and to listen to the new Paul McCartney album that I want to. I need to. Here's one of George, cheeky George with his little grin. This one of John. And then, okay, I did this yesterday. I really like this one. I did this one of John yesterday, and it's another one where it turned out where it's not just like the photo, it has its own life to it. And what's weird about it is the pencil marks have a glimmer in his eye line, and it's like the one I did of him in Hamburg, where he almost looks like you could see his eyes welling up with tears, and that wasn't intentional. That happened as I drew it, and I really feel like that was me channeling something. And so, what does that make me a medium? What would you call it? A psychic artist or a mediumship artist? I don't know, but I really feel there's something to that. Also, what I love about these is that they turn out to be like little cards, like beetle cards, and I used to collect beetle cards, and I feel like I've made my own. I'm making my own. So these are all very precious to me. As you know, I love them and the Beatles, and I'll always be a steward of their work, especially John. And so to me, it's an act of love. Um, anyway, I need to see something real quick. If you're still here, and I say a lot, I know. What did my daughter send me? I'll have to look at it in a second. Well, that's about it. I don't have much else to say. Um, oh, hi. Hello. Thank you. Can I draw a dragon? Well, you'll have to give me a night. I can. I can draw a dragon. And speaking of dragons, I saw it was about a month ago. It was a Friday, and I saw this cloud, and it looked just like a dragon. I'll post it on my channel. It was really interesting. It's a really pretty picture. Yeah, I'll try. I'll do one and I'll post it on my channel later. But the thing about being an artist is I can draw something really great, and when I say that, I don't mean I drew it. I feel like something outside of me drew it. Like it wasn't me; it was something else. Um, and then I can draw like the worst, most embarrassing art ever. I mean, it's like whoa! I would not want the world to ever see those. But I don't know. Something happened to me with when I started to have my anxiety, and I don't know. I just started to. Hi, Carl. Yeah, you caught me live. Did you see my pictures I did? Um, no, something happened a few years ago. I know what it was. Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety, but my dog had died. I have another dog now that I love very much, but I had my other dog who was my like soul dog, and he died, and I was extremely sad and in grief for a long time. And the only thing that really helped was to just sit and draw. And I would draw pictures of nature and the Beatles and all sorts of things. And I found that I could hyperfixate on the art, and it really helped me. And I found that I had a talent. So, and I'd always been drawing and painting, but it really, something had changed. So it's true that when somebody passes away, a parent, a pet, a child, what have you, a friend, a love, when somebody passes away, something in you changes. And I really feel like something changed in me. Anyway, what pictures? Oh, I did art. It's nothing too exciting. I did some art, and I was just sharing. um, it's what I do in the lobby when I work at the theater and also at home. You say, and so it's 4:18 a.m. My goodness, you saw your La Mansa short series. It's about my last two dogs. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, crafting is good. Art is really good. I worked in a craft. I worked at Walmart when I was 18, and I was around all the paints and the crafting supplies, and I still could smell the potpourri and all of the floral displays and art and everything. I'll always have this imprinted in my brain of arts and crafts and fabrics. And but well, Carl, I'm sorry about that. They say that COVID is still around. It's still people, some people who have never had it, which I find hard to believe, but people who have never had it are still getting it, and they're saying it's really bad. So I mean, what, you have to avoid so much these days. It's crazy. I mean, we're way beyond masks now, where you have to watch what you eat, you have to wash everything. You haven't seen any of the. You're gonna okay. I'll have to keep an eye out for them. Now, let me tell you this, Carl. When there's anything like an animal is hurt, I'm very triggered by that. So if you find that I don't watch some of the videos, it's because I have a really hard time with videos where any animals are sick or hurt. And I love that you help them. I love that anyone is out there helping these animals. I greatly like you're stronger than I am because it's hard for me. Like I said, I can't even watch videos where animals are hurt and sick. And I'm just so grateful that you're out there doing that and helping them because I, yeah. Oh, I know you don't see any hurt. Okay, good. That's good. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. And thank you, Carl. Yeah, well, I have a Beetle channel. I need to do more on it. I really do want to do a live reaction to Paul's new album. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put a link here. If I do that, I'll put a link on my channel. But I want to do a live reaction to Paul's album. Hopefully copyright won't get me with that. But also, I am writing a book about George Harrison and when he came to America, and I really would like to have a fundraiser to help me earn money to go visit the town in Illinois that he visited because, like everyone else, I'm broke because life is hard. And also, I would like to save money so I could travel to England and see Liverpool. So I always have been a Beatle fan. I'm a lifelong an artist and writer and musician. So it is my dream to get to do that. So yeah, I'll let you know if I do anything with that. I'll put a link for my other channel. I'm shamelessly plugging it as I'm not getting the views. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's good. You should plug it because you could make money to help out, the pets and help your channel. I think that's great. Why not? I've tried to do things like GoFundMe. I haven't gotten any donations, so the only way I've ever made any money was, and it's good. I'm happy for it. I'm grateful for it. But like doing some readings. But right now, I don't think anyone has. There's a nat. I don't think anyone has any extra money right now. So it's unfortunate. But YouTube does. And so if you can get clicks and likes and views and subscriptions, you can work your way toward getting money off of YouTube because they show advertising. So it's like watching TV. You're contributing to an advertising campaign. Um, so yeah, it's good. Well, that's about it. I don't have anything else. I think that's about it. I wasn't going to make it political, but Carl, if you have or personal, but if you have a question, I'll answer a question for you real quick. And then I'm pretty much done yakking. Yeah, I know. They say, I think YouTube says you have to get to what, 1,000 viewers or 1,000 subscriptions and then a certain amount of viewers. Well, I can get a lot of views on my work. But I only have like 600 subscribers, which is good, but I have never gotten to a status of getting paid off of YouTube. I make no money. I don't know how people do it. I honestly don't know how people are making all this money off of social media because I have made nothing, like nothing. I'm just like so bad about it. Like I repel money for some reason. When is Pet Off Shitler gonna go away? What other crafts do I do? I do music, art, writing. So basically that music. I'm a musician. I'm a singer, and I do write. I write books. Okay, so when is Pet Off gonna leave? Well, technically he should have been gone already, but they gave him that pill that brought him back to life, and I feel like last year he was near death. I feel like in March he was near death. Um, here's what, and I said this in the last stream that I did. We think, oh, he'll never leave. He'll by then. It doesn't look like he's ever going to leave. But what Spirit showed me was, look at how Lindsey Graham finally passed away, and he was a key player. He was like a main character, and so it is happening, where these people in the administration are, and like Mitch McConnell, I'm pretty sure he's gone. I feel like I got the number 13, so I think June or July 13th he passed on. And so these main people are dying. And I really feel like 45 is very ill, and they're barely keeping him alive. And so it's not, I don't think he's going to make it till 2028 at all. Will he make it to the midterms? I don't know. I just kind of saw in my mind, I saw this type of thing. So I don't know if he's going to make it to the midterms. Did you see him falling down before getting in? Now, some people say that was AI. So for me, it's hard. Once there's any hint of AI, I'm like, you know. But my feeling is he fell. Like he fell last October. When I read cards on it, I saw, energy savers on. Well, this stream may end faster than we know if my computer's not charging. So let me see if I can get it to charge. Come on, plug, work. No, but I saw that he's fallen already, and he will fall. You know what I think? This somebody said this, and I really feel this strongly. And yeah, my battery's going to die, so I won't be on here much longer. I think. I feel like he's going to have one of those meetings where he falls asleep, right? And he's not going to wake up. And they're going to go, okay, everybody, out of the room. The president is done answering questions. And then the press will get shooed out. And then they're going to do the Mitch McConnell thing for a while. And so I really feel like he's going to pass away on camera, and they're going to hide it from us for a while. That's what I think is going to happen. So I don't know. I'm upset about my plug because this charger is supposed to work. What the hell? I need a new. You know what happened? This isn't bad to admit, but I had a heater. I had a space heater, and it cooked my plug. So yeah, not good. And it's not working anymore. Come on. You don't want me to cuss, do you? Well, yeah, my computer's going to die soon, so I'm going to have to go. But yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, blessings to you, Fatima, and I've still got this net. What is this? I would never say, oh, I'm so happy he's going to go. But you know what? Look at all the people 45 is hurt and is hurting. Look at, like, he took protections away. He said, you can hunt manatees. Who does that? Who says you can hunt a manatee? They're like the sweetest people in the world. Animals in the world, and horses, like wild horses, and the environment, everything, whales. He's horrible. So even though if it dies while I'm talking and ranting, thank you guys for being here. You guys have a wonderful week, and thank you. I appreciate you. But I'll just end it on this. It's okay to feel relief at the thought of 45 passing away. No, we don't wish bad things on anyone, but it's like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. And you remember all the Munchkins came out and were dancing around, and they had like a parade. That's what it's going to be like. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. You have a great day and stay safe. Bye, everyone.